Welcome everyone. It is John the Net Guy. It's a very special day today. Happy 4th birthday to the Wyze company. Now, I was looking back through all my old orders and trying to figure out how long ago I actually initially bought my first Wyzecam, and it's been about 3.5 years. Now, I'm going to invite the Amazon Live folks to come in here. Just a couple quick rules if you're watching me on YouTube before or after live, Facebook. Go ahead and hit that link in the description to come over to Amazon. I'm trying to do this thing with Amazon. They're working with creators. They've got a really cool program going. Instead of trying to loop you around to affiliate links and all those other things, if you buy any of the products that are featured in the carousel today, I get a very small commission, and that really helps the channel, helps me out. And, I want you to be part of that. So if you hit that link, you'll run over to Amazon. You'll be able to check me out. I'm going to invite those people in that are waiting here, and you might hear me call out a couple times just because the way Amazon Live works, lots of people showing up from the website. You might hear me say, hit follow, do whatever. If you don't mind, do that. If you're already a follower, just give me a thumbs up. So that'd be awesome. So here we go. We're going to go live on Amazon. 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, it's John the Net Guy. We are live on all 3 services, Amazon, YouTube, and FaceSpace. Just wanted to thank you guys for showing up here. It is the 4th birthday of the Wyze company. Now, this is a kind of a near and dear company to my heart. They're local. They're down in Kirkland, Washington. They've been making awesome products. I've got a collection of products here today. We're going to go through a tech and lifestyle product showcase. I wish I could just say I'm going to show you a bunch of Wyzecams, but they've gone way beyond that. And I love it. They're making an ecosystem, and I'm going to tell you why. Of all of the players out there, and I got to be real careful with Amazon rules here, I think they're the best. So this is the Net Guy's choice from a smart home ecosystem area. Now, if you guys are watching on Amazon, awesome. Thank you so much. Go ahead and give me a follow. The follow link's somewhere around here. I can pull that up. There's one way to do it there on the top, and I think on the desktop it's down below there. But I would love that. Then you'll get notified every time I go live, whether or not it's Wyze products. You'll get to see some of the other cool stuff I'm working on, some of the other cool products. And then when some of those products get to Wyze, like the Wyze strips, the color ones, yes, we've got the cool color strips here. I want to do a review video on those, the Strip Pro and the regular light strip. You'll get notified when I do some Amazon Lives for those. So I'm really excited about that. Again, tech and lifestyle, we're going to go through a few things. I'm going to show you a couple items here real quick. I'm going to switch over so you can see the presentation. This is the product showcase. Let's bring me back in here. So I'm going to go through some of the basic audio products. Now, I know audio products are not the coolest thing to demo in a live stream, and I totally appreciate you guys sticking through it. I will try to describe the audio and what I think about them in comparison to each other. I'm going to go through some really cool demonstrations of the Wyzecam selection, including the Cam Outdoor and the Pan V2, the one that just came out. So I've got that. Also, I've got the Wyze watch on. I'm going to tell you why this is the only watch you ever need. Okay, maybe. And we're going to talk about Wyze bulb. Today, they just had some awesome announcements, if you guys heard. Really cool stuff. They've got their bulb white. So I've got a 4-pack here of the bulbs. This right here, I'm going to go back out full. This is my nightstand out of my room, and it has a Wyze bulb in it, and I use it every single day. And I can use it in routines. I can do really cool stuff with it. I'll show you how that works. But today they announced basically a fully automated version of that, an upgrade to that. So the bulb is unavailable right now from Amazon. They've kind of discontinued it because I think they're waiting for this new announced bulb to come out. Also, the new Wyze switch is available. I don't know if you guys saw that announcement. Smart light switches, there's a lot of vendors out there. People makes one, several others make smart light switches, but nobody makes a smart light ecosystem like the Wyze company. I saw that video today with the cowboy. You got to watch it if you haven't seen it yet. And it just like a light bulb, get it, went off. And they were talking about how you can double tap the light switch. A lot of people like the tactile lights. I keep looking over at my light switches. A lot of people like the tactile light switches and just the on off. This one, you can basically do different things and set different modes up. It's really sweet. And that's going to work with all these products that I'm going to show you today. So we'll talk about that. Next Wednesday, again, another reason to follow, you'll get to tune in. We're going to talk about the vacuums. We're going to talk about a bunch of other really cool Wyze home products, including the security system. So I'm going to talk about Wyze Home Security, which I use. And I'm going to tell you what I think about it. I'll be completely honest. We'll go through, the cost of these items and, where the value is, I think. And, just stick around. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Like I said, we're going to go through this list, and then we'll follow it up. I do have the Wyze floor lamp here. I apologize. It's been a day. I did not get that unboxed, and I did not want to rush unbox that thing and not really get to use it and show it to you. So I'm going to kick that one to next week. Again, it's kind of a home product being a floor lamp, but it has some really cool stuff in it that I want to show you. So we're going to do all of that. And then the color bulbs, I'm going to show you an interesting thing that you probably never knew about my studio and the Wyze color bulbs here shortly. So without further ado, let's go. Let's talk about one of my favorite products, and that is the Wyze headphones. So the Wyze headphones were released in 2020, and these headphones are just awesome. I'm going to come back out here to full. And, there's a lot of choices. Soundcore makes headphones. Beats makes headphones. If you watch any NFL game, you're going to see those. These headphones came in at a surprisingly budget-friendly price, and they've continued that way. I bought both of my girls, and in my full review I talk about this, Wyze headphones. And the only problem after that is I couldn't get them myself to even use them because the girls loved them so much they were using them constantly. So I ordered a set for myself, and there's a bunch of things that I want to tell you about that are really cool about these. So let's go back here. I'm not going to read from the list on all of these things, but really the big feature on these is the acoustic noise canceling. So acoustic noise canceling, very important if you're in a noisy environment and you're in an office space or something where people, around, white noise, ambient noise, these can tune that out. But a really cool feature that they have is transparency mode. So you hold your hand up to the ear cup and you can start talking to somebody. So he walks up, you go, oh, hey, what's up? Okay, that's what you wanted. Now these headphones are less than $100. I can pull the exact price up here and we can talk about it. These headphones I'm wearing now, the only difference is the microphone. I think the quality is nearly the same. And the advantage is these connect to my cell phone. These don't. These are USB connection wireless ones. I can't use them with my cell phone. I can't use them in the car. I can't use them anywhere. Only place I can use them is really here in gaming. So these phones have as good of sound quality as this $200, $250 set of headphones, broadcast headphones. And these ones have just an excellent, great audio fidelity. Couple interesting things about it. They work with the Wyze app ecosystem. Now, why is that important? Let me pull this up here. So we're looking at the Wyze headphones right now. I'm going to pull that up on the carousel too. So if you're following along here on Amazon, this is going to pop up down at the bottom. So these are $69.98 right now on Wyze. No, sorry, on Amazon. The Wyze noise canceling headphones on Amazon. And I'm going to pull up what you're going to see here is Dad's ear warmers. So these are my headphones. I'm going to turn them on here real quick and just see if I can get connected. So these are my personal headphones. A couple things I really like about them. The equalizer capability. When they come out, they come a little bit bass heavy, and that's real common with a lot of headphones. So it looks like one of my kids must have retrained these to them. So I'm going to go through and retrain them to themselves here. Actually, it's not going to let me do that right now. But let me talk about the headphones real quick. Again, it's got the ability to connect to more than one device here. You can control them within the Wyze app ecosystem, which is really valuable. You can control all the settings. You can see the power levels in there, and you can change the equalizer. I like to equalize it down just a little bit in the low bass as well. Hey Iggy and hey RJ, welcome to the Amazon chat. I'll give you guys shout outs here occasionally. I hope that doesn't embarrass you. You can set your name in there. And hey Don, welcome. And thank you for the follow, Don. Awesome. I really do appreciate that. We're talking about awesome Wyze products today. So again, Wyze headphones have this multi-device support. Now it's one of the unique things that the other products don't do, which is it can be connected to 2 devices at the exact same time. That's a huge, huge feature if you're a nerd like me and you have a computer that you're working at and you want to hear the computer audio and you've got a phone call that comes in or something, maybe Discord, FaceTime chat from the kids. and you want to switch over to it, this can be connected to more than one device at the same time, which is really cool. They mention it does have voice isolating microphones. The microphones work. If you're on a run and you need to answer a call, this will work. I wouldn't use them in Zoom calls day to day. That's the only unfortunate thing I think about them. Of all the features that they have and how amazing of a product they are, the microphones sound a little bit distant. Now that could be my space here. It's a real square with a lot of reflective surfaces, so it can do that. But these are an awesome, awesome thing. The ear cups are just awesome. Awesome for working home setup, Pinky. You're absolutely right. So yeah, multi-device support capability. I will talk about how you can do that in the other products. You just can't do it simultaneously, which was a big feature. Other cool things is it has voice assistant support. I can tell you one place that I use these, it's kind of non-standard. Mowing the lawn. I have a riding mower and it's noisy. And so I'll throw these on. I'll be listening to a podcast or something while I'm mowing with the acoustic noise canceling turned on. So it makes it really quiet for me while I'm running around mowing. If I need that transparency mode, I can put my hand over the ear cup. And if I need Echo, I'm going to call her Echo because I don't want to wake her up until we need her later. But if I need my Echo or my Google smart devices or other things, that's built into the headphones. So how nice is it to be able to take her, your Amazon voice assistant, into the backyard, wherever you're going? That's built into these headphones. So that's really, really slick. And then the long lasting battery life. My daughters, I almost never see them without these on. They last 20 hours. And I didn't know this when I was looking up and doing some research. There's a 10-minute quick charge, which will give you 4 hours. So when they forget about charging, plug these things in, you're good to go for another 4 hours. And one thing that almost nobody talks about, and I need to show you this because it's really that cool. So on the bottom of this, it does have an auxiliary cord port here, right there. So you can plug in your standard aux cord, that's what our kids call them these days, or phono cord, 3.5 millimeter jack, and you can plug them into your device, a stereo, cell phone if it has that port or the adapter, and you can listen to them without battery. So if the battery did completely die, you can actually listen to them without that. Now you don't have the microphone support when that happens, but they're definitely one of my favorite products of 2020. I bought a ton of these. So we're going to come back here to the next item. If you have any questions about these that I didn't cover, also, by the way, go ahead and just let me know in the chat. I'm watching the Amazon chat here. Hey, Brandon, awesome. Good to see you here on the YouTube. I'm doing Amazon and YouTube today. If you want to jump over to the Amazon, the link is in the description on the YouTube and the Facebook. And you can jump over here and you can follow me on Amazon and you can see the stuff in the carousel that I've got loaded up here. So next item up is going to be the Wyze Buds Pro. Now, what's cool about the Wyze Buds Pro? Let me pull them up here for you guys to see them. So this is the case on the Wyze Buds, and sometimes it stays open and sometimes it does not on my mini carousel. So I've just loaded them up in the Amazon carousel. Now, these are a traditional set of noise canceling. So think of the noise canceling that was in the larger Bluetooth headphones. These are noise canceling, but in the small, like AirPod style, AirPod size. I really do like them. They came out first. They were, the older brother, let's call them, to the Wyze Buds that just came out. But the Wyze Buds Pro have all those really cool advanced features. So acoustic noise canceling. You can customize every button on them. So when I say buttons, they've got those tactile buttons where you touch the side and it'll change modes. And it'll come back to me here. So the transparency mode that you have in the big headphones is also available. Now, my daughter, she likes to run in the mornings, questionably when it's dark sometimes, and I don't like that. But she likes to go out and run. And when she's doing that, she's on our streets and they don't have sidewalks around here. So she's running alongside the roads and I want her to be able to hear cars. Now she can use the larger set and use that transparency mode because you can turn that on permanently. So you can switch to transparency mode, and I think there's 3 levels on this one. And the advantage of that is you're going to hear cars, you're going to hear dogs barking. You're not going to just get maimed by a dog that comes running up to you that you didn't see coming or hear coming. So these Buds Pro have a really cool capability for that. That was really neat. The microphone in them is a 6 microphone, voice isolating again. There's 3 microphones in each stock. And actually, the interesting thing about those larger earphones on the Wyze headphones, the microphone's kind of outside and down on the bottom. These ones, the microphone actually being near your ear bone and being part of the thing, I think it does actually pick up a little bit better. So these are a little bit better if you have to do a Zoom call or something like that. Still not the best, and I'm going to talk about what I think is the best, but those are definitely coming up. So, but very good choice. They do have a decent battery life, 4.5 hours while you're using them. So they're going to last a very long gym session or a jam session or whatever you listen to. You're going to do a couple albums on a full charge. And then the case has additional battery life. So as you put these things in the case, that's the other important thing. So we're going to switch back over to them so you can see them. When you put them back in that case, and I'll show you here as you pull them out. So the case will automatically start to recharge them. So there's the buds themselves. So those will automatically recharge as soon as we put them into the case. Now, one thing you have to think about when you're buying these is what's the size of the case. Now, I have a box of about another 9 competitors' different earbuds that I'm going to be doing reviews on, and some are great and some I would pass on. Some of the cases are chunky, big, like think big candy bar in your pocket. This thing is like a Tic Tac container. So really like that, because you're not going to put these in your pocket very often without the case on them. You're going to want to keep that case around. So keeping a small case is really important. So that's awesome. And so, I like the overall, look of these. I'm going to show you side by side with the Buds Pro, which are coming up, or sorry, the Buds that are coming up next, because I want you to see the size of those two cases. So I've got in the foreground right now that's coming around is the case for the Buds Pro. In the background is the case for the Wyze Buds, which ironically is one of the only cases I found that'll stay open. So that's them. If you guys do have any questions and you're on the Amazon, just drop that in the chat here. We'll try to cover any of these here if you're interested in the price. The price on the Wyze Buds Pro, what it's showing me today, right, it's on the carrier on Amazon, is $89.98. So that's for the Buds Pro. So it's a $90 set of earbuds. And at that, I think it's priced exactly where, the value is. So it has a lot of that acoustic noise canceling. It's got the Wyze warranty, has the Wyze app control, which is really good. You can raise and lower the volume through the app with one of the earbuds. So you can set one to raise, one to lower. That's a really big feature because it's not yet available in the next one I'm going to show you. So that's another interesting thing about the Pros. Another cool thing is they have QI charging. So all of these are these consumer and lifestyle products now. Take a look at the bottom here. They have a USB-C port. Now, I saw a message on the Wyze forum today and they were like, hey, what's this crazy port that they put on the night lights? No, it's USB-C. This is where everybody's going. And if you watched the live stream from Wyze yesterday, they talked about some of their products and somebody asked, they said, are you going to go USB-C everywhere? And they were considering it, let's put it that way. So this is definitely future-proof. I can use the same laptop charger that I'm using for my laptop and plug it right in. So it makes everything universal and there's no plugging it in the wrong way, which is really slick. So that is the Wyze Buds Pro. The next product up is a product I showed you if you've been watching my channel. One of the ones I really, really like, and that is going to be, this is the Wyze Buds. Now this is the younger brother. That's them right there. I'll pull one out here for you so you can see it. Now mine are charging still because I use them so often. My case often is low, which is understandable because I need to charge them all the time. They do have a longer battery life than the regular Wyze Buds Pro. So the Wyze Buds have a longer battery life than their bigger brother. Part of the reason that happens is because of the technology in them. So over here, this is the Wyze Buds. Now where you see the thumbs up in the presentation, this is a product that I think is a must-have. So it's really close to giving one of those to the headphones. I think they're probably due for an iteration here, but I think this is a must-have, an exceptional value product. This would be on my Christmas list for people that were looking for gifts. So these Wyze Buds have passive noise canceling. What does that mean? Well, they fit really tightly in your ear canal. And when I say really tightly, not uncomfortable tight, they fit because they've given you 5 different ear tips to fit on them. So they give you an array of ear tips so you get just the exact right size for your ear canal so it's not uncomfortable. They have a 7-hour active use battery life and a 27-hour total battery life with the case. So you get a lot more time with these earbuds. The sound on them, superb. Now, they have an adaptive EQ in the Pros. And the adaptive EQ is good, but it's not a full equalizer. Now, the full equalizer in the buds lets you bring down that bass, lets you bring up the treble, lets you customize your music, and they sound superb. So an EQ is one of the things that I think was missing from the Pros, one of the things that's in the younger brother, which is awesome. They also mentioned if you've been looking at your firmware updates, and that's the cool thing is once you get them, they actually make improvements to your product as you own it, and Wyze is really great about that. If you hold both earbuds and hold down on them, it will actually switch devices. So we talked about that multi-device capability. So if you have it trained to your phone and your computer, now it can't stay connected to both because that's going to wear down the battery. There's different Bluetooth standards and radios you need. But by holding down on both of them, you can actually switch between your devices. So you don't have to go through each device and go to the Bluetooth screen and click on that and hope that they switch and then undo that. If you hold down on them, they'll disconnect from one, connect to the other. Super cool feature. They do have a larger driver in them. The bass, I would say, is about the same. Now, another trick that I didn't bring it down here today, but I took the Wyze buds and I put them in. And what's interesting, and let's take a look at how these fit. I just want to show you this real quick. So there's the two. Let me put it in front of you here. That'll help. So there's the two different earbuds. There is on the Buds Pro here a stalk that comes out of your ear and down. On the buds, they fit in your ear. So this looks larger, but they're actually a little bit lighter, but it actually fits all the way in your ear and there's nothing sticking down or out. So that is important for one thing. I'm a woodworker also. I like to do woodworking, or if I'm mowing the yard and I want to have some, ear protection on, I can put this in, and the 30 dB of passive noise canceling is plenty for ear protection, but I can put regular earmuffs over it. So if you've got some safety, earmuffs that you want to put over it, if it's cold outside, you want to put earmuffs on top, you can put those on top of these and it works fabulous, works awesome. This one, it works as well, but the stock on them is a little bit long, and sometimes that might get hit if you've got ear cones on. So just something to think about if it's really cold in the Midwest where it's coming up. So you may want to consider thinking about that. They have a faster quick charge, so 15 minutes is going to get you 2 more hours on these ones as well. And they all use USB-C, like I mentioned. The only difference is this one does not have the QI wireless charging. So it will charge through that back USB port you're looking at right now. It does not have the ability to put it on a QI plate. Now, QI wireless charging is getting more popular. We're seeing it in, I think the Tesla has those. So you can wirelessly charge your phone just by setting it down on the console. So that may be an important feature to you, but I think these are just a fantastic one. And they have a green color. I think it's a midnight electric green. I think I'm going to mess that up, but don't quote me on it. A fantastic looking color on this too, if you want a different color option than just black on all these things. So the green color is fantastic. I'm going to take a pause real quick here and just remind you guys to take a look at the follow buttons that are up there. If you're on the Amazon, things up there and down there if you're on the desktop. And give me a follow on Amazon. I'm going to be doing this next week with some other cool Wyze products. And so if you want to be notified of that, you want to see every time that I go live, giving me that follow really helps a lot. And if you have questions, we're chatting away in here. There's 16 of you guys already in the Amazon. There's a bunch more over there on the YouTube. So if you have questions about these products, if you want to chat about what happened today, if you want my opinion on the switches and what I think's coming up, let me know. We're about to switch over to the really cool stuff, which is the cameras. So Wyze has made fantastic strides in the area of cameras. That's what really defined the company. Now, I hear a lot of people complaining about Cam Plus. And why do I have to pay a $2 a month subscription or $1.50 if you buy it in bulk? And I'm with you there. If I'm buying a device and I want just a device and I'm a nerd and I want to take that device and put an RTSP firmware, if you know what that is, you're a nerd, and I want it to record to my local Blue Iris software, you can do that. And you can do that for, let's pull this product up here carousel for you. Today on Amazon, they're $35.98. Now, there's also been some shipping issues with Wyze. They fully admit it. They understand what's going on. If you have not seen the Future of Wyze Part 2 video, go look it up. Bring some tissues, because man, I did not know how close Wyze was to going under from a company perspective, but You cannot make money selling $20 webcams. These cameras, I should say, IP cameras, can work as a webcam. Right at the beginning of COVID, I did a video and showed you with Wyze's firmware how you can update this. They released a firmware to let everybody have essentially a free webcam if you already had a Wyzecam for what was an under $20 camera with their V2s. Their V3s, you can do the RTSP firmware. I think they just released that as well. But their company was not going to make it selling a $35 webcam and a subscription world. Ring, Blink, everybody is a subscription-based world now. And that's how people survive. Now, they weren't just going to charge you a subscription and a hardware fee. They were providing extra value. So they provide person detection. They provide package detection. They provide all these other great things. And the sensor in this one is by far, now again, I got to be real careful with Amazon rules. Don't want to get in trouble with the teacher. The night vision sensor in the Wyzecam, which I'm going to show you, and it's actually nighttime outside. It's starting to get nighttime outside right now in the West Coast, is fantastic. They're calling it color night vision, and a lot of people ask, they go, why are you calling it color night vision? I turn the night vision on and it doesn't look like it's color. Well, when they say color night vision, it's the regular sensor is so awesome in these things that it actually looks like night vision. And I'm going to show you this compared to a Rio Link and a few others of why I think that is so awesome and so important. Couple things, just they do work with the Wyze ecosystem. So I'm going to take my phone, and I kind of jury-rigged this thing up today so that you guys can see this. I'm going to pull up my phone here, and you're going to see my Wyzecams. There's the Wyzecam right there. There is my phone. Now, if I tilt this sideways, I'm going to actually be able to do a cool feature here, and I'm going to have to go to full screen for you. So this is all of the Wyzecams, and hey, guess what? I had a camera hiding back here. These things are so small that I could literally put one of my V3s here in the studio behind that little sign, and you can see it right there. So this is 4 Wyzecams that I have turned on right now. Now, again, in the studio, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, I got 3 Wyzecams just sitting on the counter over there. They've got a couple V2s, but these are the ones I wanted to show you today. Now, the backyard right now, this is live. The backyard's getting dark. We are in the Northwest. We got a big leaf maple. We get a lot of leaves here. Kids are leaving their toys everywhere. I can flip through these. It's kind of very cool here. So, put myself in that corner here. So I can flip through these as needed. I can go up here to our kids' room, which is a disaster area, looks like. And a lot of people ask me, they say, hey, why is that playground camera not playing right now? Why is it on pause? That's actually a battery powered camera. That's coming up, and I'm going to show you that here in just a second. But that playground camera is wireless. And I have not changed the infrared. That's what it was asking me, and I am not going to upgrade the firmware live. So this was the last picture it has, and it's going to update here in just a second. So it's connecting right now, just getting connected. And then we'll see what we see. It's giving me just a little bit of time here to get connected. So where that is, I'm going to show you that on my property here. So that's in the farthest back corner. Now, that is the Wyzecam Outdoor, which is coming up. We're going to talk about the Wyzecam V3 though, and just the fantastic color night vision. Hey, thanks Patrick on the Amazon for the follow again. If you guys are watching on the Amazon, hit that follow link and let yourself know next time I go live. This color night vision is the key feature. It is the key differentiator on all this, and I'm going to bring it up for you right now. So here we go. This was a picture I took last night with my iPhone. Now, I didn't do the computational photography fanciness that the iPhone has. I just took a normal picture to show you what the camera looked like. Hey, Skull, welcome. Thank you so much for joining on YouTube. If you want to hit the link in the YouTube description, it'll take you over to the Amazon. We got a ton of people watching on Amazon. And again, if you guys have specific questions, this is totally an interactive show today. So I want to make sure that I answer your specific questions here. So that picture that you're seeing over there is what it looked like on my iPhone at night. I'm going to show you the next picture. I'm going back to full so you can see this. This is what that same picture looked like on the Starlight Sensor on the Wyzecam V3. It is fantastic at picking up light. It is a superb sensor. You won't find anything like it in any competitor's camera. I can promise you that. At least not the ones that I've tested. Let me qualify that. So fantastic, fantastic sensor. And to show you a comparison of what that looks like compared to one of those competitors' products, this is a Reolink. So I don't know if you guys have ever used Reolink, but Reolink's a great security system. I use it. I have it all over the place. This is a wired power over Ethernet. So it's got all the advantages and it's got a ton of IR sensors. This is what it sees with the night vision off. Now, if I were to give it the comparison, this is what it sees with its night vision on, which is okay, but it's not color. It definitely looks a lot darker than that original one. Hey, Vanessa, thanks for the follow, and thanks, RJ, for staying as long as you could. And Michael, thank you for the follow as well, man. I really do appreciate that. This is John, the Net Guy, and I'm just showing you guys some of the features of the Wyze products here. We're looking at a competitor's product here, and I only bring this up just to show you how dramatically different the Wyze products are and why this is so game changing. So the Reolink with the night vision turned on has this kind of gray look. If I go the other way, this is the night vision of the Wyzecam V3. Look how bright that spotlight of IR looks like on that shed back there. That's how much it's trying to put out. If I go back one page here, see that little light above the window to the left there in the middle? That's all the IR that the Wyzecam V3 needs. So it's fantastic. It's, let's see, right there. So the Reolink can see the different cameras and they can see the IR that you're putting out from the different cameras here. And you know, this is the difference on the Wyzecam night vision. You know, that is the night vision regular. I'm going to go back a couple pages here. This is that Starlight. Now, I didn't change the light. I didn't make anything brighter. This is just when they say color night vision, you don't need those IR infrareds in most cases because the quality is just so fantastic here and so good on these. So we'll go past that a little bit here. Wanted to show you some video samples. So this is a sample of the video of my kids in the backyard playing. So they're having a great time back there. And, you know, this will do all of the things that the regular cameras will do, the V2, and it has the Cam Plus subscription. You can enable that and you can do person detection and other stuff. Hey, Tony, you are absolutely right about that. If you guys want me to jump back and show that Starlight sensor, I will absolutely do that because it is just that game changing. Other cool things is these work with those voice assistants. You might have heard her name, but I can't use it because I don't want her to take off yet. But Echo is another name for these devices, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this is our Echo in our kitchen. And what I do is I tell her, Echo, you know, show me the backyard. So if you've got one of these devices, again, the Echo is less than $100, you can say, hey, show me this Wyze camera, and it will bring it up and show it to you. Now you can mute it as well, so you're not listening to it. This also works with the video doorbells. So you can actually see your doorbell and see who's ever at there. It's a great safety feature. When they hit the doorbell button, you can even force it to pop up. There's a way to do that. So I'll show you that in a future video. But this is the video, what you're seeing here. And again, it's real time, it's live. So again, when I recorded this, it was live. So our kids are playing way back there. I didn't have the playground camera set up as well. But yeah, that's our Echo show as well. So I'm going to come back here. Again, if you guys are just joining, this is John, the Net Guy. I'm showing you some of the features of the Wyzecam V3. And this is one of my favorite cameras. It was recently upgraded. It does have two-way audio. So if you want to put these things out there, you can yell at the kids. It has a mini siren that they added recently. Another cool feature. Another thing about it, now this is the one I've been hiding behind here. It has a waterproof connection. I don't know if I can get this all the way over to my close-up camera. I'm going to try. But it has a waterproof connection here for the micro USB. So you can put this thing outside. Now, lots of people put their V2s outside, and I might have been one of them. Breaking the warranty and all, I knew I wasn't going to get support. But there's the cam right there. It is adjustable, and it's magnetic also. I'm going to show you guys that too. I'm going to come back out here. So I can take it, and I can stick it wherever I want in the studio. There we go. And I can bring it up. So the flexibility in mounting that you have here is just fantastic. I'm bringing it up right now. it's live, and I will show you it's live. All right, we'll switch over to it. Now my voice is going to be a little bit delayed. That's just, you can see there's probably a 2-second delay maybe. But again, that's how live your video is. And I could turn the siren on and deafen you guys, but this is what my studio looks like. And that's what it looks like on a V3 camera. So I've used these a lot for security. They're definitely a great product for that. Completely adjustable here as well. And they do have support, I'll show you this, for micro USB. So if you want to add a micro USB to the slot in the back, you can add one of these little cards. You've seen them probably in your digital camera and your smartphones. These micro USB cameras are just, these micro USBs are fantastic. 32 gigs gets you about 2 full days of recording if it's continuous, and about a month or more if you just have it doing recording on events. So you can put that in there. If you were really worried about paying for Cam Plus, this thing still works, and for a $6 micro SD card, you can absolutely do this. Hey Garcia, awesome. Thank you for the compliments on the setup in the background. Yeah, I put a lot of time and effort into making the studio cool, and I'm glad it's working out for you. So I do a lot of stuff in this studio. I wanted to make it functional. So that is the V3 camera. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons you're going to want Cam Plus and these other things, but started out saying is, Wyze almost went under because the making of a product like this for $35 is just not sustainable. And creating something like that Starlight Sensor that is just so fantastic. Again, I'm going to go back to that just to show you how impressive that sensor is. Again, iPhone in the middle of the night, Starlight Sensor middle of the night. You can see it looks like daytime there. It's just wild. Now, what's the color, the lights in the background? Do my neighbors have spotlights on me? No, you can see that actually in the iPhone version. They just have a back light setup, a back porch light. And that was the light that you're seeing off of that. And that's how much better the Starlight Sensor is in the Wyzecam. So wanted to show that for you as well. I'm going to move on to the next product here. So that was the Wyzecam V3. I showed you the video of it. I showed you how it works with the Amazon Echoes and the other devices here. I'm going to show you a product that they just announced. I'm going to switch to it here on the carousel. And again, if you guys have questions in the chat, feel free to use the chat on Amazon. There are a ton of you in there, and I'm super happy to see that. But we're going to switch on to the next product. Now, this product looks very, very much like it. This is actually my Pan V2 because my Pan V3 is upstairs. It's in my nursery, and it's been there for my kids. So I'm going to show you that here. I'm going to get the close-up camera so you can see it. And so what this Pan V2 does is it's a pan tilt, not a pan tilt zoom. That's PTZ. This is just pan tilt. It's very, very similar to the V3 camera, which I just showed you, but it has the ability to turn. So it's got this turning pedestal base. Also has in there microphone, siren, also has the micro SD slot capability as well. But I'm going to bring this up here so you can see it. So this is the Pan V2. Just came out from them actually, maybe 2-3 months ago, I think, if that. This is the upgraded version of the Pan, and they put the color night vision sensor in it. So very, very cool. I've gone through a lot of nursery cameras, I can tell you that. Hey, sorry you have to go, Izzy, but thank you so much for joining and being with us here on the Amazon chat. So one thing about the Wyzecam Pan V2 sensor, it's got that sensor of the V3, but it has the ability to rotate and move. Now I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick here. So I'm bringing up my camera. This is the camera that is in my kids' room. And I'm going to rotate it sideways. Actually, I'm going to show you what the regular video looks like here. So that's the video right there. I'm going to bring that up full so you can see it. And it is a pan camera. So sometimes the kids go hide in a corner. I sound like a zoologist here, but no. Sometimes you need to move the camera up or down. So there's down. Let's see. Am I going to have to pay royalties if you guys see a well-known celebrity mouse in here? So no, this is actually just me panning around using the pan feature of the Pan V3. Now, a lot of people use this different ways. Now, that was just me using it real-time live with the Wyze app. You can record video, you can take photos, you can check events, and you can get alerted on motion. Now, sometimes if your kid just rolls over You don't want to get an alert every time. Cam Plus also works with these, and it's awesome because you have person detection, package detection, all those really cool Wyze features that come with it as well. So Pan V2 is essentially a V3 with that capability. The other thing is, from a security perspective, I've seen a lot of these used in living rooms. You put one in the corner, you got the person breaks in and they work and they run right past your V3 camera. The pan scan mode here will actually pan to the left or right. And with Cam Plus capability, this thing can actually record unlimited with no cooldown. So that's another cool feature of Cam Plus. Right now, you get 12-second video snippets and you get 14-day storage from Wyze for free. That's class leading from what I can tell against its competitors. And we'll do some comparisons later. But wanted to show you that. I'm going to show you again more about that night vision sensor here. So I'm going to switch over to what my kids' room looked like last night. Now, this is the color night vision, I'm going to call it. So I was thinking, well, man, that's not very impressive because it doesn't have a lot of, detail there. And my wife had left that LED light. I don't know if you've ever seen those when you turn them off and they're not quite off and there's just that faint glow. That's how bright it was to the camera. Now, if I show you what an iPhone looks like, I took this morning of that same room. That's that really, really tiny. So that room is pitch black. So you can't put, even the Starlight Sensor, you can't put that in a box, that's completely black and hope for it to work, but it can do something. So this is with the night vision on. Now, one unique thing about this, I got to tell you about, the night vision that you're seeing here is infrared night vision. So it's the traditional night vision, but look at the contrast and detail on this. And the reason I have to point this out is this is not your traditional red IR LED night vision. I don't know what they use here. I'm a nerd and I love technology. I want to know what kind of night vision emitters they're using, which wavelength, because you don't see it. So if your kid's always wondering what those red lights are at night, they're going to have a complex growing up. This one doesn't do that. It's got a very small light, and I think you can even turn that off in the app settings as well. So wanted to show you what that looked like. Again, this is that night vision that it has. Now, what I did is I turned on their little HVAC unit up there in the ceiling, and there's two little LEDs on it. And I just wanted to show you that with just minimal candle light, whatever you have, 1 lux, this automatically changes that dramatically. This is the same room that I showed you with initially, that same Starlight sensor. And I'm going to jump back and forth between these so you guys can see them. So this is what it was with just a tiny little bit of illumination. There's what it was without the illumination. So again, that's with no extra illumination of that tiny little light that was almost all the way off. And that's what it is with just turning on a couple little LEDs off of an HVAC unit that we have there. You can almost read that as well. So fantastic product here from the Wyze company. That is the Pan V3, well, V2 technically, it's their second one. So this is the Pan V2, and it has the same sensor in the Wyzecam V3, just going to give you that awesome panning ability. It's going to be able to capture motion in 360 degrees. They also upgraded the motor on this one. So this year, it can actually spin around. I think it's 3 seconds lock to lock. So it can go all the way across in 3 seconds. That's pretty fast. So if somebody's running across your field of view, it can keep up with them, whereas the old one had a little bit of a stutter. This one will pan and keep continuous focus. So that's really cool. The next product up, and want to check the chat real quick. Starlight Sensor helps in all low light conditions, color at night, and traditional night vision mode. Excellent. Yes. Thanks, Tony, for the update there. And if you guys have questions, I just want to point out in here, we are live on Amazon right now. So if you're watching, I see quite a few of you still on the YouTube side. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely join us on the Amazon, and I'll try to answer your questions about any of these products. I know I'm getting pretty detailed on these. I wanted you to see what you're looking at, and that was the Pan V2. We're going to go up to the next one, and this is one of the newer products. I've actually included in the carousel now. This is Wyzecam Outdoor. Now, the Wyzecam Outdoor is a completely wireless. Now, I was trying to figure out how to describe this. Yes, all these cameras are Wi-Fi. This one is fully wireless. And there's a difference. It's battery operated. And that 3 to 6 month battery life is fantastic. For Wyze Week, this 4-year anniversary of Wyze, they've actually released their own solar panel for this. So that was a release yesterday that they did. they've got stuff coming out every day. I've seen some of this stuff, and you guys are going to be very, very happy. A lot of the things that we've asked for, they're throwing in, and they're announcing them this week. So thanks, Harry, for the follow on Amazon, by the way. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. I'll catch you next time I'm doing a live stream. It's going to give you an alert on your phone. If you guys haven't followed on Amazon, hit that follow button. That just helps me out, helps me know that you guys are interested in this content I'm making. And, we can continue this conversation. If you do have specific questions, hit them up in the Amazon chat. That's the ones I can answer there. So again, completely battery powered. Now, I'll show you the box for it here. So this is the box for the outdoor. I'll put that over here. Where is the outdoor? It's installed. I've got it in my backyard right now. And I use it to watch in the farthest reaches of our backyard. We have a new playset. Yeah, with COVID coming around, we put a playset in, and it's pretty far away, but we wanted the ability to monitor our kids. Now, with the ability to work on Amazon devices, especially the Echo Shows, if you guys haven't seen those things are awesome. You don't even need to have your phone out watching all the time. And we're in the kitchen cooking. We can just say, hey, show me the playground. It shows me the playground. I'm going to pull that up for you as well. You can see it. The way that they get away with the extreme battery life of 3 to 6 months, even without the solar panel, is a passive infrared motion sensor. Now, I've seen this on a lot of doorbells. That's how they get away with it. It cuts down on false notifications as well, because if you got some leaves blowing or a tree, that's waving, it's not going to go off. If you have somebody walking through, maybe even an animal, that's when it will go off. Hey, awesome. Before you buy, thank you for joining, and thank you for give a compliment about the stream this week. Yeah, I wanted to show off some of the cool Wyze products. I'm doing 2 of these. I'm doing one next Wednesday as well for the Wyze home security products. Today is the Wyze Tech and Lifestyle products. But this, sorry, that's actually the wrong one I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab this one. So this right here is the outdoor unit. It uses that passive infrared detection. Now, if you're not going to use Cam Plus with this, and you don't have to, it has the ability to use SD cards in the cameras themselves. But you go, what if I've got this thing mounted to a tree out front and somebody just grabs it, which is totally possible. They can do that. It's not, unless you really bolt this thing down somehow. Am I going to lose all my footage? No, you won't, because it actually has an SD card slot in the base as well. So that's a really, really cool feature that they've done in this one. It does have 2-way audio as well. It has the base station, which used to be, and I'll show you what this looks like here. I'm going to show you what you get in the kit here. So this is the Wyzecam outdoor kit right here. You've got that base station, and if you guys are Star Wars fans, shout out what kind of ship that is, because that little base station on the far right with the antennas looks like one of those Star Wars ships. And that communicates. It used to have to be plugged into your router with Ethernet, and it was kind of complicated. But again, Wyze, being an innovative company that they are, they've already, I wouldn't say fixed that, they've already added the ability to chain it wirelessly. So you can have this thing connected in a window near your backyard, front yard, wherever, connected to your home's wireless, and it broadcasts its own private wireless for up to 4 cameras. Should do 1 hand, not 2, that'd be 8. So it broadcasts for up to 4 cameras additional. Now, there's a starter. One I actually put on the Amazon carousel actually has 2 cameras. You're going to want to buy 2. After I've seen the one, I'm like, I need one in the front yard. I need one over here. You don't have to run wires out to them. They've got that long battery life. And now that they've announced that solar panel for solar charging is just fantastic. So, yeah, thanks before you buy for mentioning the micro SD slot again in the base station being super important. Yeah, because the burglars are out there and they will take stuff. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up. There's another special mode, and I haven't really talked about this much yet, and it is unique to all of these Wyze cameras here, which is the travel mode. When they announced an outdoor camera, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Blink does that, right? When they announce a battery-powered camera, it's like, yeah, that's in line with Blink. When they said that they have travel mode with up to 4 cameras and time-lapse capability, I was like, whoa, okay, slow down, game changer, right? The neat thing about travel mode and what that means is that you can actually take these on the road with you. So if you've ever stayed at a hotel and you want to know if your kid in the next room next door, or, in an alcove, if you go to Great Wolf Lodge, we'd like to do that, is staying up late or whatever, you can bring your cameras with you. Now, as creepy as that might be, you never know. You might be at a friend's, right? Relatives this holiday, and you say, hey, I need a baby camera, right? Put travel mode, bring the base station, bring the camera. You can connect one to the camera and do that and connect to your phone, and you've got your own just private viewing network. So that's a really crazy feature that they've added, all done in software. Super, super awesome capability that you can do now when you have your own kind of private Wi-Fi for that. And the question has come up before, can I have multiple of these? Absolutely. It's 4 per base station. I'll show you again what you're getting in there. So you get the camera, you get the base station, you get the charging cord, and you get a backer sticker if you're a backer of those. And that's really awesome. Let me show you what that looks like. So this is the daytime view of my play area. So again, if a kid runs down there and I have motion detection turned on, I can be notified that, hey, one of the kids has made it down to the play area and is playing around, right? So really cool that can be done as well. So really excited about that. Has that capability. Again, this is not the night vision. This was actually taken during the day here. And the next one I'm going to show you is the nighttime view without the IR LEDs. Now, again, we're taking a look at the Wyzecam Outdoor right now. So I'm going to show you that picture coming up. So that's what it looks like. And you said, well, what happened to my Starlight Sensor? Why don't I see that? This camera does not have the Starlight Sensor. And this is awesome for, what we were talking about, doing that travel mode, doing the wireless battery capability. But they did not include the Starlight Sensor in this one. This one came out before the V3. Who knows if they'll put that in later. But I'll show you the next picture here. This is with the night vision. So I can see everything with the regular night vision on it, and it's a whole lot better for battery life on this. So that's, I think, part of the reason that they don't have that. The battery life is definitely much better when you're just using the passive infrared. So the camera itself, like I showed in the, and let's pull that up here. I want to show you the real-time camera view. So that camera does not normally turn on. Let's go over here. I'm going to switch cameras, and I'm going to show you, this is my cell phone in my hand right now. And there's my studio camera. I can go into the backyard here, and we're looking at the camera right now. You can see in the lower corner the camera and the stuff. You can see cars driving by in the background there. So this is live. This is real. Again, it's about 6 at night here, and it looks pretty sharp. So that is the Wyzecam Outdoor. It doesn't have the color night vision capability, but it does have that complete battery operatedness, which is just awesome. Really do like that. And then travel mode, it is also available with Cam Plus. And as Garcia points out, and it's a great idea, the Cam Plus being a backup to your built-in SD card. So sometimes SD cards go bad. Now you have Cam Plus on this as well. You can do that as well. And so that's a really cool feature. The product I'm going to switch over to and show you is what I'm wearing right now. It's the Wyze watch. Now, I tried to figure out how to show you guys this, but I think I'm going to have to take it off. It's just going to be hard to be upside down. This is the Wyze Watch 47. Now, they did tease that there's another one coming out of this. I'm going to go ahead and pick that on the carousel so you guys can see it. It is about $40 right now. It's $39.98 on Amazon. And you'll get this shipped to you. I shipped this, I think bought it on Sunday. I bought another one because I couldn't find my other one. I've been using it. So I bought another one just to be able to show you. And it was here in a day. So that's how fast these things ship. And this watch does everything you need and nothing you don't. I've got 2 videos about this watch on my YouTube channel. And they're both been very successful. Let me show you the watch here in the close-up camera. So that's got my daughter in it. And there's the time that we're seeing. Like I said, it has everything you need and nothing you don't. So it's got a crown on the right side, so you can hit that. If you swipe over, it's going to have your fitness, heart, activity, O2, pulse oximeter. It's going to have notifications. It's going to have timer. It has a short timeout. Again, we can also go down here and change, other settings here. I can go down and look at notifications. Let's see if I got anything good. I got my camera stuff. I've got my front door battery. This is my Wyze lock is telling me that the battery is low. And I've got a text message here from my friend Bo. He's asking me, are you home? Yeah, I'm home. I hope he doesn't break in. I'm doing a live stream right now. But that is the Wyze watch. Now, let me pull up some features here because I think it's important. I'll go up to the next slide here for you. So the Wyze watch is 47 millimeters in the face. So that's an inch, I think 1.75, so 1.75 inches. The reason that this one wins over my Apple Watches every time is battery life. The Apple Watch, you can have those as much as you want, and they do amazing things, and they have their own apps, and they have Bluetooth, and they can do all this stuff. The reason this watch gets worn is it's about the tax on an Apple Watch. On a brand new Apple Watch, this, in the state I live, this thing is just what it costs for the tax. If I'm woodworking and something hits it and breaks it, I buy another. If it stops working, I could buy another if I needed to. It has those main things that you need. It's going to have the heart rate monitor. It's going to have the step trackers. It's going to have the stretch reminders. It's going to have all those basic things. It's going to let you know when your phone is ringing, if it's somewhere else or it's on mute. It has a raise to wake capability. So as I raise it up, I'm looking at it. Okay, I put it down, it turns off. And that battery life is the thing. Now, my other thing my Apple Watch does, so you pretty much have to plug it in every night to charge. So if I go to sleep and I have an Apple Watch and I want to do sleep tracking, it doesn't because it's on the charger. I've never understood that. It's like, how do you sleep track if you're on the charger? This thing, because of the 9-day battery life, the exceptional battery life on it, it's just awesome that you can have that. And 7 days in, you throw it for 2.5 hours on the charger while you're sitting at your desk, and you've got another 9 days. It's just really awesome. It does have the ability to do your Wyze shortcuts. Now that's really important if you're going with the Wyze ecosystem. So you can swipe up and down. You can do a Find My Phone capability. See if it can do that. So there's my phone. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. So it has found my phone. We've got that. The other thing I'm always worried about is the phone going off in church. You don't have to worry about with this one because this phone this watch does not have an audio alert. It's all vibration. So that's another really cool thing. If you want a watch that doesn't make huge noises and blings and all that, this one works really, really well for that. They do have a new one coming out, as I mentioned. This one does get my thumbs up. I would definitely look at the new one. If you're not 100% sold on this one, don't tell my parents. I hope they're not watching, but this is going to be the gifts this year. I gave away V2s a couple of years ago. The gifts for everybody this year. Hopefully that the new Wyze watch comes in. I want to give them this because I want to introduce them. If you've never ever had a smartwatch and they look complicated and they look like something that's going to take a lot of programming, this works with Wyze app ecosystem. Hit a few buttons and in 2 minutes you're up and running. And that's how easy it is. Your Apple Watch can take over an hour to restore and update. So that's it. Will V3 being just waterproof, do you recommend have power close enough? So before you buy, just ask that question. Will V3 being just as waterproof, which do you recommend if you have power close enough? Actually, that's a great question. So he's asking, about the Wyzecam outdoor versus a V3. If you need continuous monitoring, so if it's something that you're going to sit at your desk and you're going to want to watch it all of the time, I would go with the V3. If you need something that you want just to have there, if it's inside a storage shed, right, you could put that in somewhere that doesn't have power maybe, or in a place that somebody's not supposed to be and you want to use that passive infrared, and if somebody comes in you want to get alerted, that's where the Wyzecam outdoor. But an excellent question considering they're both waterproof now. So great question. But back to the watch again. Great durability on this. It is waterproof, so you don't have to worry about going swimming or showering or doing anything like that as well. I've actually, before you buy, mentioned he says he's worried as well about hitting the Find My Phone in church. It's not today, but I've got a story about my daughter when she was in school and I was trying to do the, locate my friends, and I accidentally hit alarm on hers. It was definitely embarrassing, and she lost her phone for the rest of the day at that school. But long story, we'll get to that some other time. So that is the Wyze watch. Again, they got a new one coming out here. It's a great product. The next product up is the Wyze band. I'm going to get out of the way. This is the one product that I don't have with me today. It's actually my oldest daughter. She used this thing, and she really likes it. It does have the fitness tracker capability. It does have a step counter, which is what you need. A lot of the schools, actually, our oldest just got out of school, went to the Coast Guard, and he's doing well. And he just got deployed, actually, so he's at his first assignment. But he was in college, and the college was requiring a step tracker for the fitness class that they had, because a lot of these fitness classes are remote. So it would qualify for that. It does get notifications, and it does have a microphone in it because it does have the Alexa capability. So it has voice capability. So that's one of the unique things about the band. Now, I think this is a product that's due for an update. Now, it's available for $29. $99 on Amazon right now. Thank you guys if you're watching on the Amazon, by the way. If you haven't already, hit the follow up there down below. But this product is a great product for probably somebody that's younger and maybe doesn't need all of the other features, or the size of the Wyze 47mm might be a little too much. This band is super small. I'm going to show you the picture again. So super skinny, and it has its own custom charger that fits on the back. I should talk about that. That's one thing when we talk about both of these products. So this is the Wyze watch, and when we talk about Wyze, went with proprietary chargers on both of these. And actually, you know what? So did Apple when they did their watches. So it's just to get the form factor right and not to have an exposed port on there. But if you are going to get these, be really, really careful you don't lose that charger. That's one thing she did a couple times, is lost that charger, and we ended up finding it. The funny story is these things are cheap enough that you could buy another one. If you go to Apple to buy their charger, I'm sure it's close to the retail price for these. So this is one product that I don't have necessarily on here to show you in person, but I did want to tell you about it. And it has that find phone capability, and it has a reverse capability where you can find the band where you put your band, which is kind of cool as well. So wanted to show that. Next, we're going to get into some interesting products, and these are the Wyze bulbs. Now, why do we have a little star here? Well, I was not able to add it to the Amazon carousel, if I remember right, because it's a product that is discontinuing. Now, I'm tapping on it on the carousel, so you're going to see the 4-pack, and this is what the 4-pack looked like. And of course, I woke up this morning, and I don't know if you guys woke up to the new bulb white, I think they're calling it. Again, this is an interesting product, and one that I use every day. So I'm going to show you something, and it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know if you know how most YouTube studios work, but you have to have a headlight, a key light. So I'm going to show you these guys. This is my light up here, and it looks kind of blue right now. That's actually a Wyze white bulb in here, and I use Amazon helper over there. I can't use her name right now because she'll shut things on and change things, to light my head. I'm a bald guy. You can see that. So that is my key light. So it's got a little tiny light here. So I'm actually going to tell it to raise that up. Alexa, set the head key to 60% brightness. So that just raised up a little bit. Now you're going to see that every time you go look at a YouTuber or somebody else's studio, you're going to see that they're going to have a rim light or a key. So you got a key light, and then you've got your fill light. You're going to see that offset lighting now every time that you see that. The other thing, I stole this. If you guys haven't seen this, my dad made this years ago. It's a coffee pot lamp. And I put a Wyze bulb in there, and it is called my nightstand. So I can say, Alexa, turn off my nightstand. There we go. And that's what I do every night when I go to sleep. Now, why would you want to use these bulbs, especially the new bulb whites, over somebody else's bulb? I've got a wall of extra smart bulbs from different companies. It's the Wyze ecosystem. So if you get somebody at your front door, your passive infrared goes off on your Wyzecam outdoor, you can trigger events to say, Alexa, turn on my nightstand, or things like that. And you can control it with your voice, or you can control it with the app, or you can control it with a routine. And so that's a really cool thing. You can set up rules and schedules. So if you want to wake up at a certain time, you like that nice fade up. We can also say, Alexa, set my nightstand to 100%. So you can raise the brightness on this. That's the highest intensity. You can say, Alexa, set my nightstand to cool white. Now, I really apologize if you guys have me playing on a TV because she might be changing the color temperature. Alexa, set the nightstand to cool white. There we go. So it switched over. That color temperature went to that blue color. Blue, or more, daylight lighting, is great during the day, not when you're going to bed. A lot of blue light filters on monitors and stuff. So with these bulbs, you can change them from those different light tones. Now, they announced it today. Like I said, when I woke up, I saw that announcement with a lot of you guys. And it is a sun tracking capability that's in the new ones. I don't know if they'll apply it in software to the old ones. But even without light switches and without all the controls, you can set the light to change color temperature throughout the day of wherever you're at, which is a really cool software win, I think, on the Wyze side. So I wanted to show you guys that. That is the white. Now, it only is white. The light stand is behind the PowerPoint. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. about that. Thank you guys for showing me that as well. Okay, there's the light. I've been playing with this light here for minutes, and I'm totally embarrassed that I was doing that. But we can say, Alexa, set the nightstand to warm white. So there it goes. Changed color right there. Thank you for, again, catching me on that before you buy. So you can say various commands to this. You can say, Alexa, turn off my nightlight. And then Alexa, turn off my nightstand. Much better. You gotta name it right. So again, you can use a voice control. You can do it with the Wyze app as well. If you guys are just joining and you want to follow on Amazon, I would recommend that. Hit the follow link in the upper part or in the lower part of the screen. That would be awesome. It'll notify you then every time that I go live. Now I wanted to show this. I'm going to bring it up here so you can see. This is me with that, and this is my controls for that light. So right now it's off, and I have the ability to turn it on and to change the brightness. And what I'll do, I'm going to try to do this so that you guys can see it as well. So I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to put myself in the corner. That's not going to do it. Let's try that. So I can turn this light on and off within the Wyze app. So I apologize that I'm really small in the corner here, but again, I can change the color temperature with just my finger here, swiping around, and I can create routines and do some other really cool stuff as well. So just wanted to show you guys that capability that exists. This is the Wyze Bulb White. The next one I want to show you is super cool, and that is the Wyze Bulb Color. So the Wyze Bulb Color takes that technology that was in the Wyze Bulb White. It bumps up the lumens by 300. So you get up to 1100 lumens, which is crazy bright. And it's going to make different colors, all I think 16 million colors is what they say, which is really, really slick. Now I'm going to go out to my wide studio view because I want you to show. Now, when they say CRI, that's the color index. That's, is it going to be good enough to do studio level color? I've actually got Wyze bulbs in each corner, and they've been here on all the videos I do. So what I can say is, Alexa, set the studio right to green. And that light bulb that you see up there is just switched to green. Now this other head key is in the way, so that's the one you're seeing over there. I can say, Alexa, set the studio left to red. Alexa, set the studio left to red. Now we're red over here because I'm running, as I showed up there, we call it a flag in the business. It keeps the green light off of my face. And I've got another one mounted over there in that cabinet. So you can see that that's how I'm changing the colors of these with my voice. And this, I'm going to pull up, is available. This is a 2-pack, and a lot of people, wonder. They go, okay, it's $26. This looks like Christmas. Does anybody notice that? I almost want to set it back, but I almost don't. This is available for $26 from Amazon for 2 of them with fast shipping. So you're going to get them on the Prime shipping, and that's really nice to have as well. I know a lot of people complain about Wyze shipping speeds, durations, all that. So, this setup for $13 a bulb, that's about the going rate for something that's got a 90 plus CRI rating, which is really nice. It does have the ability to work within the app. If you want to use it just as a white bulb, you can. You can say, Alexa, set the studio right to white. So, not as interesting. So that just went to white. Alexa, turn off the studio right. So it's not as cool when it's that way. Alexa, set the studio left to blue. Now, the other cool thing is I can set up routines where I can shut down my entire studio. When I'm done, I can leave and shut everything down. So that's kind of a cool thing. Sorry about that. You probably didn't see the different color changings over there. So I can say, Alexa, set the studio left to white. So now that's a bright white color. Alexa, set the studio left to blue. Now, I've been using, again, these Wyze color bulbs from about when they came out. I have not done a dedicated video on them. I do owe that to you guys. I don't know how they're going to iterate on this product, to be honest. It's such a good product right out of the gate. It's got all of those great features that we've been talking about here. It does have the voice control. It can get connected to your smart home as soon as you add it. And the Wyze bulb whites, they just made a mass add feature. So if you want to plug 10 of these in and add them all at once, you can do that. That's a capability. If you want to set up a scheduled routine, one of the best ones I've ever seen use cases for the color is to do the color on a certain notification. So if somebody's at your front door, maybe you're hard of hearing, or if it's an elderly relative, you can change the color of their lights to red in their house or something if somebody's approaching the door. You can have them turn on. So my nightstand, I probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but if my Wyzecams detect motion after a certain time of night, it'll turn the nightstand on. So you can do those kind of routines here as kind of a security or a safety thing as well in your home. And so that's what I wanted to mention to you guys about the bulb color, is just all those really cool things, those capabilities that it has, the ability to do the grouping, the ability to do the fade on and fade off capability. These are all really, really awesome things that Wyze has done. This has been John, the Net Guy. We've been doing a product review of the Wyze. And I want to just thank you guys for sticking with me here. We've gone through the headphones. We've gone through the Wyzecams, which are the thing that started it all. We've gone through the watch and the band. You know, again, game-changing products that all work with the Wyze ecosystem. You can even look like Knight Rider if you want. You can bring up the Wyze watch and you can run your shortcuts to run your house in your Wyze ecosystem. So that's really cool. And then we finished it off by talking about the Wyze bulb white and talking about the Wyze bulb color. So to be a fan of the Christmas colors, Wyze says, thank you guys. Well, we might have to do a special next week. But happy birthday to the Wyze company for 4 years. I've been with them about 3.5. I don't work for them, but I love the products, and I definitely like to review everyone, just an independent reviewer, to give you my personal opinion, my thoughts on them. Next week, I want you guys not to miss this. We're going to do some cool stuff. So next week's live stream, I am going to show you, let me pull this guy up, the Wyze floor lamp. I was not able to get this thing unboxed and set up and did everything this week as I wanted, but I will get you guys this floor lamp in there next week. Think of that being added to that list. It's kind of a cool product. It has both the app control and then it has the ability to use this magnetic switch, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you the handheld vacuum. We use this constantly in our kitchen and in our cars. Really cool feature. I did a video on the robot vacuum scooting around my house, cleaning up and, you know, chasing the dog. So I will show you the robot vacuum. That is still a fantastic value here as well. And then we'll talk about the plugs. I've got a whole bunch. Like, again, when I say I got a lot of Wyze products, my wife doesn't know how much I spend on them. There are a ton of Wyze products. Now, I'm going to pull out one. Just again, if you're talking about Christmas, don't miss next week's show. This is the Wyze Plug Outdoor. I'll show that to you real quick. It's a Wyze Plug Outdoor. It's got two, can I get them that way? 15 amp connectors here. So I don't think you can run both at 15, but they're a 15 amp rated. We'll talk about all the electrical ratings next week. But you can run your Christmas lights off that. So if you're looking to be the cool guy that has all the Christmas lights set up, maybe you're like me, you got your flippers off, your slippers off, and you don't want to go outside and unplug your lights all the time. One of the best use cases I can see. This is, again, water resistant outdoor, so it's designed to be outdoors. It'll also tell you how much those Christmas lights are costing. I've got a great story, a Clark Griswold story, that I'm going to bring up next week. I would have loved to have the electricity meter on my big old-fashioned bulb Christmas my wife wanted, instead of finding out in February what they cost, because it was a damper on Christmas. But we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about the Wyze video doorbell. That was one of the big videos on my channel. And we're going to talk about the Video Doorbell Pro. Now, I know that's not available on Amazon just yet, but it will be hopefully. And, you know, when that Video Doorbell Pro is available, I will do another showcase on it. But the video doorbell that they have today, I've kind of been a convert. I've switched over and I'm really excited about how it works with the Cam Plus. Again, like I said, if you guys haven't seen The Future of Wyze Part 2, watch that, because it's going to explain to you why Cam Plus is so valuable and why it's so valuable to you, not only you, but the Wyze company, to be able to bring cool things like the Starlight Sensor and all these other great products. So I'm a big convert for Cam Plus, especially in your doorbell. I've got a box of doorbells I've been testing from other competitors, and I'll bring some of those out when we do the demo. But the doorbells that don't have Cam Plus, that maybe use passive infrared, those are a little bit better, but even the ones that just use frame deferencing, they're awful. They're going to set your notifications off 3, 4, 5 times a night that somebody's at your door when it's the leaves, it's just, the wind or whatever. So that's a really cool reason to have Cam Plus for the video door. We'll talk about that. One of the features we use every single day is our door lock, our secure door lock and our keypad. If you've got kids that are coming home, you want that safety, especially with the crime rates going up and stuff. The Wyze door lock is there. And that works now with the video doorbell. You can lock and unlock your door when somebody's there. So if the relatives get home and you're still at the store getting stuff for the turkey, you can unlock your front door and let them in after you see them on the video doorbell. So that's another cool feature coming out as well. And then lastly, and probably a large portion of this is going to be talking about the Wyze home monitoring system. So I've got the home monitoring system kit. It's installed and running at my house. I'm still working out every use case about it. And this Wyze home monitoring system comes with a keypad, comes with a couple contact sensors. So I just want to switch that over so you guys can see it. And it comes with the ability to have a monitored security system. And, a lot of times people will get a security system, but they won't have it monitored. Wyze kind of became, at their price point, a de facto security system. A lot of people are using their cameras, but if they don't get the alert and somebody's breaking in, if somebody's breaking in and they trip a contact sensor, it's in alarm mode, it will not only wake you up, it will send a notification and they will call you. And if you don't answer, they will call the police. So this is a real security system. They have definitely upgraded, and they've realized that their products are being used for security. So that's great. And again, it works with the entire Wyze ecosystem. Also, if you haven't seen the videos today, there was the Wyze Switch that was just announced. Awesome cowboy video, by the way, guys. At Wyze, you did just outdid yourself. I gotta find your video guy, get some pointers from him. But it has the ability to work with, again, the other products. You can double tap the switch as they showed, or set up any tap routine, I'm guessing, and they can lock their front door, or you can kick off the vacuum. So again, we'll talk more about that stuff next week when we talk about the video doorbell, we talk about the door locks, and a lot of the home products. This has been John, the Net Guy. I really appreciate you guys that have been following me on Amazon. If you want to be notified next week, hit those follow buttons here, even if it's afterward. If you're watching this on replay, hit the follow button. Wyze says, yeehaw. I love it, you guys. You're a trip. And I will catch you guys next week, and bring your questions. So if you've got questions about the monitoring, if you've got questions about the alerting, the alarms, if you've got questions about the door lock, that's one of my favorites. If you've got questions, bring them in. We'll talk about it on Amazon, and I will catch you guys next week.